Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all my friends and my beautiful lecturer, Dr. Nurliza. Today we want to present about financial statement analysis of RHB Bank and Public Bank. Before we start our presentation, we want to introduce ourselves. I am Nur Najah binti Cik Abdul Rashid.
My name is Nur Izzati Amira binti Azmi.
My name is Rabiata Alawiyah binti Abdul Latif.
My name Aina Sofia binti Fadilah.
My name is Nurul Atika Saira binti Muhammad Hussein.
Okay, today I will start with the introduction. We choose RHB Bank and Public Bank to analyze and evaluate the bank financial statement and income statement by calculating 5 years performance indicators such as liquidity, profitability, and financial leverage. These financial analysis tools are crucial for determining the strengths and weaknesses of a bank's performance. Next, RHB Bank Company background. RHB Bank Berhad, also known as the Rashid Hussain Bank, is based on Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It specializes in commercial banking, corporate and investment banking, and international banking service. RHB Bank was the third largest bank in Malaysia with 200 offices in Malaysia and the regions. The bank was also named the best domestic bank by both Financial Asia and Europe Money in 1997. RHB Bank specializes in consumer banking with other entities like RHB Islamic Bank. RHB Bank is a commercial bank focusing on industrial and commercial lending in Singapore, despite it being a fully qualified bank. The RHB Bank Banking Group is currently the 5th largest fully integrated financial service group in Malaysia. The core business are streamlined into 7 strategic business groups, such as retail banking, business banking, group transaction banking, corporate and investment banking, Islamic banking, global financing banking, and group treasury. Bank company background. Public Bank Berhad is a bank located in Malaysia. In terms of shareholder funds, Public Bank is currently the largest domestic bank in Malaysia. It focuses on retail customers, small and medium enterprise. The bank was established in 1966 by Dr. Tan Sri Datuk Sri Teh Hong Piao. The bank was listed on the Bursa Securities Exchange in 1967. Public Bank is a leading financial service provider, serving more than 5 million customers in Malaysia. Public Bank specializes in finance, investment banking, lending, Islamic banking, stock broking, unit trust sale and management, leasing and factoring, general insurance underwriting, and investment holding. There are several core in Public Bank Berhad. Deposit account, credit card, home loan, and insurance policies are among the services they provide. Public Bank Berhad also provides lending and stock exchange service.
Next, we go through to the industrial analysis for RHB and Public Bank. The first one is the new entrance threat. The new entrance threat is Malaysia has not set up any entry barriers for Malaysian banks in any of the country's financial institution. As a result, any financial institution can enter the market with ease. The second one is supplier bargaining power. Strong suppliers can capture their value to the company by charging higher raw material price and passing costs on to specific industries or businesses. The third one is bargaining power of buyers. Customer with strength stand in opposition to suppliers with power, and they can boost a company's self-worth by pushing a cheaper price for a product or service and the ability to demand higher quality or service. The fourth is contract of alternative products or services is an alternative product or service performs the same or a similar functions as an industrial product, but it does so in a different way. The last one is competition among existing competitor is for present competitor at campaign price reduction service improvement and the launch or promotion of new items are all common kind of competition. In general, all banks provide the same product and service to their customers, so there is little difference between public bank and its competitors. As a result, the competition becomes more intense with my bank, Bumi Putra Commerce, Industrial Bank, and Holiong Bank. The public bank was ranked among Malaysian highest income bank in 2017. Next, we move to the strategy analysis for RHB and public bank. Next, we go to the SWOT analysis for RHB bank. For strength, the first one is retail banking, corporate banking, and international banking are among its offering, and the last one is this bank employs around 17,000 individuals who provide banking service to consumers throughout Southeast Asia. For weaknesses, the first one is earnings drop due to a realized net loss on revaluation of available for sale financial investment. The last one is, in comparison to other big banks such as HSBC, it lacked advertising and promotion and it has fewer operations than competitors. For opportunity, the first one is expand its access into the remaining ASEAN market where it is not currently represented. The last one is by acquiring PT Bank Mestika in Indonesia, the company will be able to expand its domestic presence. For trade, first is in 2012, the merchant retail banking sector faced a number of issues, including the introduction of cautious lending procedures. Because of the fierce competition among Malaysian banks, other rival strategies and policies should be actively observed and analyzed, and quick and effective countermeasures should be considered. Next, we move to the SWOT analysis for public bank. For strength, the first one is one of Malaysia's top 3 banking groups in terms of asset size. Lastly, in Malaysia, we are the market leader in residential, mortgage, passenger vehicle loans, and commercial property financings. For weaknesses, first, only a regional actor with a small global footprint. Lastly, more branches are needed because the bank's reach is limited when compared to other major banks. After that, for opportunity, the first one is collaboration and operation in other countries, and the last one is small and medium-sized businesses will benefit from new business-specific products. For trade, public bank increased competition in the home mortgage market will undoubtedly squeeze the net interest margin, and in the Eurozone there is a sovereign debt crisis.
Next, I will continue this presentation by presenting about the graph of comparative analysis and common size. This is the graph for comparative analysis comparison of balance sheet between RHB Bank and Public Bank. Based on this graph, we can see that RHB Bank has highest total asset which is 6.36% compared to the Public Bank that only has 5.78%. That means RHB Bank has more asset compared to Public Bank. For total liability, it shows that Public Bank has a highest liability compared to RHB Bank, which is 5.51%, while RHB Bank only has 5.41%. And for total equity, it also shows that RHB Bank is better than public bank because the total equity of RHB Bank is lower than public bank. For overall, from this balance sheet comparison, I can conclude that RHB Bank has a better performance compared to public bank because RHB Bank has more asset and less liability and equity rather than public bank. Next is the comparison of income statement between RHB Bank and public bank. Based on this graph, we can see that RHB Bank has a highest net interest income, which is 6.51% compared to public bank that only has 5.92%. For profit before tax and zakat, it shows that public bank is highest than RHB Bank, which is 23.96%, while the RHB Bank only has 20.90%. Profit for the years also shows that public bank has a highest profit compared to RHB Bank, which is 25.75%, and RHB Bank only has earned 17.04% of profit. From this comparison of income statement, I can conclude that public bank has a better performance compared to RHB Bank because public bank has earned more profit rather than RHB Bank. Next, I will explain about the common size comparison of balance sheet between RHB Bank and public bank. As we can see, the highest loan advance and financing is public bank because it has a 76.06%, while RHB Bank only has 64.35%. It means that public bank is better than RHB Bank. For total liability, it also shows that public bank is better than RHB Bank because it has lowest total liabilities, which is 90.20% compared to RHB that has 90.50%. And for total equity, it also shows that public bank has a better performance compared to RHB Bank because it has a highest total equity, which is 11.31%, while RHB Bank only has 11.18%. Lastly is the graph of common size comparison of income statement between RHB and public bank. As we can see, the net interest income for RHB Bank is better than public bank because it has 81.08%, while our public bank only has 40.20%. And for profit before tax expenses and zakat, it shows that RHB Bank is better than public bank because it is highest than public bank, which is 48.45%, while public bank only has 40.18%. And for the profit of the year, it also shows that RHB Bank has a better performance compared to public bank because it has the higher profit for the year, which is 35.41%, while public bank only has 32.30%. So, based on this graph, I can conclude that RHB Bank has a better performance compared to public bank.
I will continue for financial ratio and cash flow. This is analysis of liquidity ratio for RHB Bank and public bank. We have current ratio and cash ratio. For current ratio, RHB Bank show the better performance compared to the public bank because RHB Bank has higher current ratio. RHB Bank also good performance than public bank in the cash ratio It is because the higher cash ratio. It means that the RHB bank do the better performance. This is analysis of leverage ratio for RHB bank and public bank. We have total debt ratio and time interest earned. For total debt ratio, RHB bank and public bank both a good performance. For time interest earned, public bank show the better performance because lowest of total debt ratio compared to RHB bank. We can conclude that for the leverage ratio, RHB bank do the better performance. This is analysis of profitability ratio for RHB bank and public bank. We have return on asset and return on equity. For return on asset, RHB bank show the better performance because higher of return on asset compared to the public bank. RHB bank also show the good performance than public bank in the return on equity because it has the highest ratio. It means for the profitability ratio, RHB bank do the better performance. Next, we move to the cash flow. For the comparison of net cash generate operating activity, we can see RHB bank has highest number operating activities compared to the public bank. It shows that RHB bank is doing good for their business activity. This is due to large amount of market share. Thus, the product are established and are highly demanded. For the comparison of net cash generated from or used in investing activity, we can see public bank suffer a lot of loss compared to RHB bank. This happen might due to public bank has made a poor purchasing decision. For the comparison of net cash in financing activity, we can see RHB bank and public bank is having negative financing activities. It might because RHB bank and public bank is servicing debt, retiring debt, or making dividend payment and redemption. Lastly, cash and cash equivalent consists of cash and bank balance with bank and other financial institution and short-term deposit with original maturity of less than 3 months. From this table, we can see public bank has higher of cash and cash equivalent at the end of year compared to RHB bank. That's all from me. Thank you.
For the conclusion, we can conclude that RHB bank has a better performance compared to public bank because RHB bank is offered the retail banking, corporate banking, and the international banking. This offering has attracted the consumer to use their service. RHB bank also has expanded its consumer base in other countries such as in Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. However, one of the factors that cause RHB bank better than public bank is because the branch of public bank is limited and not as much as RHB bank branch. This issue has caused the consumer from the areas where there are no branch do not use their service because it will be inconvenient for them to deal. Customer service is very important because if the customer is not satisfied with the service provided, they will find another bank to deal with, and this problem has given a bad impact to the public bank. This is some of the factors that cause public bank performance is worse than RHB bank. For the recommendation, we did think that RHB bank and public bank should maintain and improve their strengths to make sure they can be successful bank in Malaysia. Based on our observation, among the strengths that they had, the one that they should continue to maintain our financial product and service such as commercial banking, general insurance, Islamic banking, investment banking, and unit trust management. We are sure if they are success in maintaining and improving this kind of product and service, they may be able to achieve and emerge as a #1 bank institution in Malaysia. Other than that, to provide better service, they may improve their service in online banking. Nowadays, online banking is a popular service because it can save a lot of time. By using online banking service, we can do it anywhere and everywhere we want, as long as there is an internet coverage. Finally, we believe that RHB Bank and Public Bank should intensify their effort to drive themselves in social networking site. That's all from us. Thank you.